Ahoy there, my name's Beth and this is the story of how I renovated my 117-year-old Dutch sailing barge. This week, we're coming home. So it's float day today. We're back at the yard and we are floating out of the dry dock. I will show you the water. So we're floating out of the dry dock. We're not afloat just yet, hopefully soon, and then we can get on our way. So the idea is that we're going to head straight for a temporary berth on the pier because I don't think there's enough time to get off the dry dock here, or out of the dry dock here, and then into the berth. You need high tide to get into the berth, or at least we do. So because the boat is big, so I think temporary berth, then back into the berth tomorrow. So yeah, I'll try and record some as we go. Hopefully it'll be nice and calm. We've got a bit of a headwind though, which might cause a bit of problem getting down the river, but it might play in our favour. It might lump up a bit of water in the river, so we have a bit more. So, like everything, there's no exact science. We're using the tide tables, but especially on a river like the Thames with the barrier, there's so many different variables, and you just never can tell. The tide yesterday was 25 centimetres higher than it was predicted, so who knows. But I think we've got a plan to go to a temporary berth anyway. If the chance that we can nip onto the permanent berth arises, we'll take that. Otherwise that's our plan. So we're almost ready to go, and just check the lines, check the anchor works, and we'll as soon as we're afloat, get the engine started, and then get a tug out. So it should be a reasonable trip. Don't know if this microphone will pick my voice up, but we've just left the yard and we're now going down river. So we've kind of missed the tide, so we'll have to go in tomorrow, but we're just going to moor up and good stuff. yeah, we've arrived on a berth for the night. It was a nice trip down the river. It's quite windy. There was quite a wind on the bow, so that was a bit interesting. In fact, there might be a bit of wind noise now, so I'm sorry I've left my microphone as well. But yeah, it was a good trip down the river. We made reasonable time, but we missed the cut-off to go onto the berth, but that was expected. So yeah, we've moved down to the pier. It was just it was a bit of a challenging come alongside when we arrived at the pier, because it's actually quite far out into the river, and I wanted to be pointing bow downriver, because when we leave tomorrow the tide will be flowing, and going the other way means you kind of shooting straight off as soon as you drop the lines. So at least this way I can put a stern spring on, and then we've got something to pivot on, and then I can sink the bow into the river, and we can swing around and then straight down river. So, but it was okay. The crew were really great, and we managed. But yeah, it was a bit of a frantic moment there. But there's lots of frantic moments in boats. I think they say it's hours of boredom punctuated by moments of sheer terror on boats, and I quite agree. Anyway, so we're here for the night. We just want to wait for the larger boat is going to. We're in actually the larger boat's berth. So we're going to wait for that boat to come alongside later on, and I'm going to move and raft out on the outside of that boat, and then we can get off tomorrow on the tide. So yeah, that'll be great. So yeah, really good, happy. No drinks yet, no celebration yet, because we're not back on the berth, but hopefully tomorrow. So check you later. Check you later. See you later. So yeah, it's the Saturday. So the boat spent the night overnight on the pier, and alongside this large boat, which she was fine. There's quite a lot of river running here, so we tied her up with two breasts, aft and forward. Then we put a forward and aft spring on, just to prevent her going backwards and forwards, and then a couple of extra lines over the top. But we didn't really. This is the aft line I've just dropped on here. Just that's the last one we're going to slip, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But yeah, all the lines are from here across to the other side, so they're breasts, and it just avoids, when the boat's moving around, it just avoids her snatching. There's a bit more rope to kind of to compress or to stretch, I should say, just as the boat's moving around. So yeah, so the plan is tide's running that way, but we're actually quite far out alongside this boat. Often we would be in this berth here behind, and that's much harder to get out, because we need to get out from this berth with the river running that way and then get around this huge boat, which is really difficult. So yeah, so we're in a better position here anyway. So the idea is we'll just shoot out and fend off. So yeah, the stern line, that's the last one we'll release, because we're being pushed that way. If we release the head lines, then we'll just spin around and there'll be a whole heap of nightmare there. So we're going to take this breast off and then leave that line on to last. Then if you follow me down here, well, previously we're going to take the spring off. I've taken the aft spring off already, and I've taken the forward line off and just left a loop around that cleat, so that should be okay. So take the spring off, take the aft breast off, take the forward line off, take the stern line off, and then we're away. So so that's the plan. There's a nice plastic boat coming past us now. So yeah, we're about well, 45, no more than that, an hour and 45 away from high tide. Yeah, but we want to be leaving sort of 45 minutes before high tide really, because we can pull up outside on the wall and then just wait for the tide, so that's good. So we're just going to go upriver, going to spin round into the tide, and then means we can come alongside nice and gently, so that's good. Yeah, so we're nearly there. It's been quite a mission, but do we dare walk this side just in case? I'm being a little bit careful because we're on a fast flowing river, so yeah, just an extra bit of care I think doesn't go amiss. So yeah, we'll see you on the trip. So we're back. I'm absolutely frazzled. It's also a bit muggy and warm today, so yeah, it's a bit absolutely frazzled, but we're back. Just come down this this entrance. So just as we got to the mooring, the engine temperature alarm went off. So we pretty much just came straight in and moored up. So not exactly in my berth yet, but we can go over tomorrow when the boat's cooled down a little bit. But yeah, Bertie's exploring his home, his existing home, and I've got myself a beer. Goodness me, it's been a really busy few days. One thing or another, moving stuff around, moving house again, shuffling around. Getting the boat ready, getting out of the yard, getting onto the pier, coming off the pier, back in here. So yeah, it's been a bit stressful. So yeah, I'm just going to take a few days to decompress, but and then crack on with all the work because I've got lots to do. So yeah, but I'm really pleased. I'm a bit in a daze at the moment right now, but yeah, it's really good. So yeah, tomorrow when the engine's cooled down, we'll move onto my berth, and then yeah, we'll start the work. But yeah, I hope you found the journey interesting, and thanks for subscribing, and thanks for all your comments. I really appreciate it, and I might do a special one of all my tattoos at some point. So yeah, thanks. See you soon.